Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another video by Just Another Average Stacker. That's me. And yes, today we've got some more wheat cents to hunt through. This time, instead of 6 pounds, we've got 15. And I already see a few steel cents in here. And I will give a little disclaimer that these have been seeded a little bit. There was a 300-pound box, and the gentleman dumped a tube of 1909 and 1909 VDBs in from his personal collection. Oh, there's another Steely. So hopefully we'll have some good luck with those. Let me get set up with some tubes. We'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, we've got some tubes set up. We've got the 50s back here, 50 through 58 and 40 through 49. We'll leave the 30s, 20s, teens, and hopefully some 09s out, and then we'll put them into tubes after the video's done. But wanted to get the major ones set up, and as the tubes fill up, we'll put them into wrappers. And let's go ahead and get this first bag opened up and see what we can find in here to begin. Now this is going to be done over a few recordings because there's a lot of pennies here. I'm going to pull that 43 Steely out right away. Or actually, I see 2 of them right off the bat. 3 of them right off the bat. So 3 steel cents to begin. 1, 2, and 3. So let's go ahead and dump some out. I'm going to switch over to my camera and I will bring you back in on any significant finds. We'll be back. Okay, we are still in our first little tiny handful. Everything's been 40s and 50s so far, but we did pick up our first San Francisco, a 1951 Good deal. Okay, and we've got our second San Francisco. I don't know why I like to point them out, but they're just neat to me because I don't get them very often here in Maryland. But a 1941 We did also pick up another steel cent, and I did pull out the previous steel cent finds because I'm very curious to see how many we end up out of this batch in total. So on to the next one. Okay, we have our first 30s find. We've probably gone through about a quarter of the first bag. So the distribution hasn't been quite as good as I would have liked. But we're just getting really started. But we do have our first 30, 1937D. Let's go. All right. We've gone through a little bit more since that last update from the 1930s, and we found our first teen, a 1917S. Pretty well worn down, but we do have our first teens of the hunt. Let's see how many more we can find. Okay, a little bit later, we've got another older find, our second 30s, a 1939S. All right, we are halfway through bag number 1, which is 3 3/4 pounds, something like that. And there's roughly 150 per pound, so that's 3 rolls roughly. 3, 6, 9, so about 10, 11 rolls so far. And we've only had 2 to where I could not make out the date on it. We've got our 1917, 2 34s, 3 37s, 2 39s, and 7 or 8, maybe 10 Steelies. So I'm really hoping that this starts to fill up. We've still got another 12 pounds to go, give or take a little bit. So we'll be back, and hopefully we can find something really nice to show you soon. Be back in a bit. All right, you may be asking, Jess, wait a minute, you're hunting wheat cents. Why is your Liberty Walking $50 book out? That's because I just got a package, and we're going to open that up real quick. So, a little change to the scheduled program, and make sure there's no paperwork that somebody's going to see. Okay, let's set that aside. So we picked up a few walking liberties for our album. Now these are not in any great shape by any means, but we needed to fill some spots, and these are a little bit tougher dates to get. They are not the key dates. So let's see what we got. So first of all, we've got, come on, focus. Why aren't you focusing? Because it's still seeing stuff in the background. There we go, 1929. Denver. And this one looks like it's been cleaned. A 1917 Philadelphia. Oh no, that's a, what is that? I think that is a Denver mint mark on reverse, 1917D. Or is that an S? Hold on one second. Okay, that is a 1917 S. And it almost looks like a repunch mint mark there. I had to check to see if there was one. But it could be. So, anyhow, 1917 S. I'll just go ahead and do them underneath the camera to make it a little easier. 1919 Denver. A 1918 Denver. And a 1917 Philly. Unless this has the obverse. Obverse mint mark on this one. 1917 Denver, obverse mint mark. And we already have the 1917 S reverse. Bummer. So let me switch back over to the front. All right, so we've got the 1917 Denver, sorry. Obverse. Boy, I've really got my stuff together here, don't I? 17D obverse. We have the 1919 San Francisco. $19.18. Wait, I got to look again. Sorry. Alright, so I did make a little bit of a boo-boo in my purchase. I did not realize that there was a 17S obverse and reverse, and I just had a note that I needed the 1917S, and unfortunately now I have double of the reverse, reverse mint marks, but we do have a 1918D and a 29D as well. To fill a few spots in the book, I do have a 38S on its way as well. So we're getting there. It's going to take a little bit more time, as the ones that I'm getting now are a little more pricey. So this is just another average stacker. Oh, wait, I'm not done. Let's get back to the pennies. All right, we have reached the halfway point. 7.5 pounds of wheat pennies gone through so far. And this is all we got as far as anything 30s and older. We've got a 2 34s, a 35, 3 37s, 3 39s, a 20, 19, 18, and 17. We have picked up, I don't know, about 15 or so, maybe 20 steel cents, but pretty much the majority has been 40s and 50s. So I'm really hoping the second half of this goes a little bit better. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy opened up. and see what's in this bag. We'll be back. Okay, we have a break in the action here because I just threw this one up onto the scope. We've got a 1909. I have not flipped this over yet. Is it a VDB? It is not. But we do have a 1909. That is obviously the oldest wheat cent we've found so far. Maybe we'll find some more. We'll be back. All right, everybody. As you can see, we've got a 19-something 3, and this is a steel cent, as you can see by that. So obviously it is a 43, but there is no 4. So we've got a grease strike through 1943 steel cent. That's pretty cool. I'm going to set that one off to the side. We'll be back. And just a couple minutes later, we have a 1943S with almost no 4. Pretty cool. Almost back to back. 19-something 3 steel cents. All right, everybody. I need your help. This is a very, very, very worn penny. I think it's a 1909, but not positive. I'd like to get your thoughts. You tell me, what do you think it is? 1909 or another date? I did check the reverse. No, it's not a VDB. So, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks. All right, we have completed our 15-pound sort of wheat cents. Down here across the bottom are 40s and 50s of full rolls that I have sorted out by year, but not by mint mark. We also have some leftovers of 40s and 50s up top. We did get 2, what I believe is 2. One of them is maybe, but I'm pretty sure, 2 1909s. 1913, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 25, 28, 29, 30, 34, 5, 6, 7, no 38s, and a decent little stack of 39s. We did have 2 that I absolutely could not get a date off of them at all. I know they're wheat cents. That's about as much as I can tell. So the next thing is going to be, go ahead and separate these into rolls of particular years and start researching different varieties. If you've got a particular variety that you'd like to see a video done on, let me know down below. It would be greatly appreciated. I obviously did search for the 1955 DDO as I was going through, but everything else I did not. I'm just not familiar with them well enough to do that as I was sorting. We did pick up about 3/4 of a roll of steel cents, and I had pulled some of these out from the prior search, so we'll go ahead and get them added in to where we've almost got a full roll of them. So anyhow, this is just another average stacker saying, stay safe, hug a loved one, and remember, you can't find it unless you hunt for it. Until next time.